Okay,
like
welcome to the... Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, let me get it started. I know you're anxious to talk, and we'd love to hear it all. Welcome, everybody, to another evening of Clayton's Classroom. It sounds like it's going to be a fun night tonight, so I can't wait to get us started. For all of you who have just joined us on the phone, if you have questions for Clayton tonight and you want to get in our question queue, just press *2 on your phone now, and that will get you in the queue. We'll get your questions answered in the order that they're received. Before we get started here formally with questions, Clayton, is there anything you want to start the call with?
Welcome to the call.
Yes.
If you want me to, I can go down some of the attributes of structured water. I think most of the people have heard it. Well, anyway, structured water, what is it? It's water that's organized, and organized water basically has all the attributes of the original water, and that would mean that it's very, very healthy. And in that health perspective, basically, structured water cannot hold on to any toxins, and I always finish that with it would be against the law, and that's nature's law, for it to hold toxins when it's structured, when the water is high quality. You'll find waters naturally out of the ground that have these same attributes, and primarily they're called venerated water sources. They would be considered like Lords of France is one. There's one in Georgia, Russia. There's pretty much all over the world, and I know there's one in Mexico. There's a lot of them also that were classified as venerated sources, but when people build up around them and are attracted to them, pretty much it kind of contaminates the base water. But Lords of France is still holding very, very strong, and several others. There used to be it's still there. It's just in a lot of litigation. A very significant water where is it? It's in Idaho, and it was called Trinity Water, Trinity Springs, Idaho. Anyway, so structured water again is healthy water. It cannot hold any toxins, and as it goes into your body, it will carry with it everything that's good for life. So I always tell people when they're running the water through a portable that they can add prayer. It is very, very let's say good for your body and for anybody that the water. The structured water again is open to receive virtually everything that is good for life. So. What else can I say? It is the water is heavier, so it's there's more water when it's structured in a given space than before, and the reason is again it's organized, so it's all all the water molecules are the same size, or all the water molecule clusters, so you can get more in than before. Water is highly oxygenated. The oxygen levels are extremely higher than water that has not been structured. And one of the other big things runs in a straight pipe, which is most cities and most, let's say, established communities. Water moves in a straight pipe for 300 feet. It has no energy, and the only way that you're going to really return that energy is by structuring. So, let's get on with it.
All right. Clayton, can you hear me okay on the phone?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. All right, we'll go ahead then with our first caller tonight from Pennsylvania, phone number ending in 3569. If that's you, go ahead.
It's David Spear. I've been on the phone talking with you. Have a question about what happens to the toxins in the water, like fluoride and other toxic things that may be in the water when you're starting with regular city water.
Well, what happens to it is fluoride and toxins like fluoride and chlorine and arsenic and whatever else is in the water. What happens? The first thing that happens to it is the hydrogen bond angle of that element is changed, and when the hydrogen bond angle is changed, it becomes the pure form of that element, or let's say the healthy form. As you know, in your body contains every element on the planet. So if you think about it, arsenic is there, chlorine is there, fluoride is there. It's all part of you. So what's the difference? The difference is that when it's within you and part of your body, basically it's in its purest form. So when you structure, and we are structured beings. If we weren't, we wouldn't be alive. So what happens? The hydrogen bond angle changes. And this occurs in the structuring event. Virtually the first vortexual turn that the water takes, it starts that process of changing the hydrogen bond angle. And you can kind of look at it this way. You will see pictures of water, the water molecule, H2O. So you got two hydrogen atoms, one oxygen, right? And if you look at the picture, it looks like the ears, like it's a Mickey Mouse or whatever. The ears are high. What happens is when the hydrogen bond angle changes, those molecules, or let's say the hydrogen aspect, starts widening out, becomes more like our ears. Our ears are generally speaking right across from one another, and so it expands or increases the hydrogen bond angle. When that happens, and I'll give you an example. You know, everything physical has a formula. It's primarily carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and whatever else, all the elements that comprise that particular physical form. For instance, coal. Coal is primarily carbon, hydrogen, and a diamond. The formula for hydrogen, or let's say the formula for a diamond and the formula for coal are identical. The only difference is the diamond is structured. So what happens to the toxins? When the toxins become healthy, or let's say they're no longer harmful to you. So on the other side of that, the physical form of any, let's say, toxin that comes in through the water goes out your elimination system. Everything you eat and everything you drink goes out your elimination system. So it's the energy that goes into your cells, the energy of the food you eat, the energy of the water you drink. And basically the only physical aspect, that goes through your cells is a water molecule. The water molecule carries with it, on the outside of the water molecule, the energy of all the things that are good for life. But that water molecule passes right through the cell. And as it passes through, it picks up the garbage and takes it out your elimination system. It's that simple.
So a person doesn't need to do anything more than just drinking the restructured water.
Right.
Their body's just going to move the toxins and poisons out of the body and the nutrients into the body.
Right. And the more water you drink, the cleaner you become. The more vibrant you become.
We're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're under a deep freeze. It was like 3 degrees below zero last night. Anyways, Robert had a gallon of water that I had made him for his father, and it froze. Does freezing wreck the restructuring?
No, it does not.
So when it's defrost, it's fine.
Yes, right. It's the same way with similar. Actually, freezing see the structure. You can, had people take pictures of where they freeze like a gallon of water, and when it's structured, and you can see the structuring. You can see the clarity of the water when you freeze it. So, but it's kind of similar when you boil structured water. Temporarily, the depending upon the form of heat that you use, you can retard the structuring for when it's in its high degree of boiling. But as the water starts cooling, the structuring comes back. We've proven that over and over again. So, and I say depending upon the type of heat you use, if you use gas, primarily that the structuring stays. If you use electricity, that's where let's say temporarily reverts the water structuring to a less than form. But like I said, as it starts cooling, it comes right back.
Well, what I do to keep the humidity in my apartment comfortable, I have a great big 5-gallon pot, soup kettle, and I fill it up with restructured water, and I just keep a small flame under it, and you see a little steam coming off the top of the water, and that keeps the water in the air so your nose doesn't dry out and makes you more comfortable, plus warms the room.
Exactly.
And so just breathing restructured water in that manner would be extra healthy.
Yes.
And when I make the water, I feel like an energy coming off of the water, even though the device is maybe a foot away from my body. While I'm pouring it through, I like to pour it through 9 times and drink it that way. I'm probably overdoing it, but seems to work well for me.
I don't think you can overdo it. We have an individual in the United Kingdom. He lives on a boat, and he structures his water over and over and over and over again. So, and the results that he gets are let's go to this place, impossible if you were to try to measure it. So, but he as I was saying earlier, when I go on a trip, like a 7-hour trip, it used to be that the last hour would kill me, would be torture. And since I've been on the restructured water, I enjoy the last hour of the trip. And when I get to my destination, instead of collapsing, I get down and walk with the boats at the boat dock and enjoy the natural beauty of the area, where before restructured water, I'd just go crash and just want to sleep after that drive. And my chemistry friend ran it through. The first thing he did was he put it on my kitchen table, and he showed how the water before it was restructured would bead up